Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to what's our podcast name?
A podcast name if
Yamcha
I
Therapy.
yeah, Yamcha
Yamcha
Therapy.
Therapy.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I am Hayden. We are from Malaysia, and I'm currently in the USA studying psychology.
My name is Dexter. I'm currently
Mhm.
at the end of the world. Basically, I'm I'm in the UK, literally at the end, the opposite spectrum of Malaysia, if I said that correctly. I'm currently studying for my bar training course as well as Masters of Law. I've completed my degree in law in Cardiff Uni.
We know that we both are Malaysians, and we are like studying overseas, lah. So technically, like, what is your biggest like encounterment when you're in the UK?
As what? Actually, in what terms?
As in what terms? Let's say in culture adjustment, like adjusting to
Uh,
like the UK culture. Like, what do you think?
I'm the culture. Okay, so this one thing I experience. I mean, in Cardiff, not in London,
Yeah.
because I've not been in London yet. In Cardiff,
Uh-huh.
do you know how like when you go to the cashier, especially in Malaysia, when you're
Uh-huh.
trying to pay for something, the waiter, I mean, like the cashier will be like, "Pay faster, pay now,
Oh,
faster," and then you just
yeah,
like
true, true.
like that. In the UK, they'll be like, I mean, like especially Cardiff. Okay, so you can take your time, darling. Take your
Oh,
time.
hey, that's so true. Like it's about the same in the US, you know. Like right now, I mean, there's more like we could pay through electronic lah. But like when we're in the cashier, it's like, oh, it's okay. Like take your time. Like take your stuff. Come up slowly. Like make sure your groceries are fine. Like you took all your stuff. Like literally, like just set by set. Like there's no rush. Like in Malaysia, I have an anxiety right there. You know, like when I know that I'm gonna like start putting the like the food or whatever we're gonna buy on the machine. It's like, yo, I need to prepare my wallet. It's like a war zone. Like, okay, before she like the person said about like the price tag, I'm like my wallet's ready.
Yeah.
Compared to here, it's like different.
Like okay,
But
basically in KL, my girlfriends be like,
oh,
"Why you always so kanchong?" Because I remember one time I was just so I don't know anxious or what. I just drop a few coins and yeah, that's it. So and other than that, the culture in UK, I can't really say much about the work culture because I have not worked here before yet or whatever. But this is what I realized: there are so much pubs in the UK, and you can see working people maybe going out to have a beer or a pint during lunchtime.
oh, that is interesting. I okay. So technically, I'm in New Jersey. Like, I'm not in New York. Same like you. Like, you're in Cardiff, not in London. I'm like in Jersey, not in New York. And like, I'm always in school, but I don't really see people drinking in the afternoon. Like, I'm not sure. Like, different as London or I mean Cardiff and your side in the UK, that people drink in the afternoon. I don't really see that in the States. Maybe it's just on my side, or maybe I don't have enough exposure yet. But speaking about exposure, I think that like what do you think of Malaysian students in the UK? Like for me in the US, like I noticed that international students like to like be within like their like people in their own country. Like you think the same?
Speaking of that, I do that as well, and my friends as well. But then I have some friends who venture upon like the Malaysian circle. They go to
Huh?
they hang out with another other international students, but not necessarily white. Maybe like other students from India, Pakistan, maybe Iran.
Yeah.
Like not much of white people. But I
Mhm.
have also broken the circle a little bit. I have a very good white friend. He's
Uh,
Welsh. His name's Rice,
uh,
Rhys, not Rice. But like yeah,
uh.
I mean like majority of my friends over here like we only hang out with each other. Basically, the Malaysian gang. We don't really hang out with other people. What about
Yeah,
you?
I mean, for me, it's a different story because I am in a swim team, so I'm like forced to like interact with other people, and also in my school, there's like about 4 to 5 like Malaysians, and like each of us have like, our own gang because like each there's so in my school there's 3 Malaysian which is in the swim team and one of it is in the tennis team. So technically, the tennis team he will have his own gang, and like for us we have our own gang. But this is also like a difference between like a small school and big school. Like in big school, like in order to find maybe in order to find like your safetyness or like place where you feel like comfortable, like you just maybe in like Malaysia would just tend to cramp together and just try to find like your sweet spot compared to like small school which is more diverse. So like for me, because it's a small school, like everyone like just know each other. So that is, small school alone is a whole full community, and like I'll just like expose myself to like more other stuff. Like what do you think about that in
I mean,
Cardiff? Like because Cardiff is a big school, right?
It's a very big uni. You know, like I, it's different from yours. Like you only have 5 Malaysian students in your uni. I
Right.
have actually quite a lot. I mean, I can't give you the numbers because I'm not sure. But for law,
Right.
especially like for my bar course now, I can say there are at least about 30 to 40 Malaysians just by doing the bar course. But for the for my degree last year, or like the previous what was the previous season before this?
What do you mean by previous season?
I mean like for last spring, is it? For the last spring, the previous spring.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like, I think there was like at least solid 60 Malaysians. So if in
60.
terms, I mean like we do have our gangs as well. It's also quite small. Like for mine, I'm only hanging out with my roommates or my flatmates, which is
Right.
about one, two,
Right.
3, 4. It's 4 people including me. That's it. We have our own gangs or whatever. But sometimes we do play
Right.
around with other people. I mean, like not play around, but we do hang out around with other people. But that's
Yeah.
it. Basically, yeah, we just keep to ourselves. We have our own small gangs. It's the same thing. It's nothing much.
Nothing much. So, what about your community? Like, how is it? Like, because it's a big school, right? Like, I believe like there'll be like a different feeling in a big school in the UK, like compared to a small school in the US.
Oh, okay. I mean, what do you mean by the community? In
Community.
what sense?
So like just now as I said, because I am in a small school, which means like no matter where you go, like you see like familiar faces. Like when you look, oh, like you know who that guy is. Like you feel like a sense of safe. Like what I want to know is that what about the community in your school in the UK?
To be
Like do you know
honest,
each other? Or I mean, even though like I do not know like other people, like we do not know each other, but at least like we recognize each other face.
to be honest, in Cardiff, no matter how big your unit is or whatever,
Right.
you will see the same person or a random stranger almost quite often, if not every day, maybe like a few days once. Because Cardiff itself is a small city, it's I think one
Right.
of the world's smallest city. I mean, like not in the top ones, but maybe one of the top tens. Like you, even if you come to Cardiff Uni, I mean like Cardiff, you don't really have to cycle or whatever. You can just walk around the whole Cardiff. It's walkable.
Yeah.
It's just a very very small city, and from my uni, like the main building,
Mm.
to the city center, it's only
Right.
about 3 minutes walk.
Wow.
So basically, you can see the same people there, and
Right.
you can see the same people working. You can see the same people walking on the streets everywhere. You can see people studying in the main building as well, because you see the same people everywhere. So in terms of safetiness, Cardiff is actually quite a safe place to be. Like it's
Right.
more safer than Malaysia. Sad to say.
Malaysia. Oh,
What
right.
about in the
Right.
US?
Oh, but what I was thinking was like just when we talk about that, I was thinking, is it possible like because your class, your starting time for your class and your ending time of your class is the same time, same with other people. So like for this whole semester, like when no matter where you walk, you're gonna see like familiar faces. But when the semester change, do you see like new faces? I mean, it's not like incoming like freshmen, like I mean first year student, but it's more like people who are there for like 2 3 years already. But then you're like, oh, I didn't know like you study here or some stuff.
There are a few. There are a few. Basically, you just see the same person most of the time. I'm not kidding. Because
Like,
it's just so small. Everybody goes to the same place. Like we only have one shopping mall here.
yeah.
Like actually, we only have like one shopping street.
Huh?
And so if let's say everybody decides to go shopping that day, so you can see everybody on the same day, and like I mean like I have a map right here, right in front of me.
Huh?
If this was a webcam, I could literally show you the map. Like most of the people go to this grocery store called Lidl. My favorite grocery store. It's about 700 meters away from me, which is
Oh,
less than a mile, maybe about half a mile. It's about half a mile from my
yeah,
place.
should be.
And
Yeah.
imagine you're staying in a condo, because this is a student accommodation, like outside private student accommodation. So everybody, you know everybody that stays here as well. I mean, not really know. You've seen their faces, and they also go to the same place to buy their groceries because it's only half a mile away.
Yeah.
Or
Before you go any further, I would like to know like what's your student population?
I cannot give you the accurate figure, but in terms of
Lebih
a
kurang,
vague
lebih kurang.
sense, I can say Cardiff is a student city.
Student city. It's like a campus city lah, something like that.
Okay, so basically, most of Cardiff is the university. So it's like,
Oh,
I
okay,
don't
I
know.
see that.
It's not really. You know, it's like, okay. So for my law building, right behind my law building is the Welsh Government Building. So the Welsh Government Building is actually in my campus grounds, and it's very complicated. I don't know. I
Right.
basically need a map to explain to you, but what I can say, it's a student city.
Student city. Speaking about student city, like, is it stressful for the education there, like in the UK compared to Malaysia? Like, what do you think?
Okay, so there's one thing that I've realized.
Uh-huh.
So in Malaysia, the lecturers basically they spoon feed you information. As usual, our whole education lives were spoon fed. In the UK, they don't really spoon feed you. They just give you stuff. They ask you to read. Like for now, what I'm currently studying now, the criminal litigation course. I mean, wait,
Right.
criminal litigation subject. That's what I'm studying now. They just give you a list of things to study, and then watch this video, and then that's it. Then that's for the large, the lecture sessions, and then you have these small group sessions, which is your tutorial sessions. So once you've done your large group sessions, then you go to your small group sessions. You do additional reading for it, and then you do your, maybe you watch another video and you do your question. Then you present your answers in the small group session, and yeah, they don't give you the answers.
Right. Wait,
So
do you have some sort? No, do you have something called participation grade? It's not attendance, It's not attendance. It's like pure participation. Like nothing to do with attendance at all.
For bar, okay. So for degree, like I didn't even do anything for degree, but for bar, you have to do your homework. If you don't do your homework, they mark you as absent. So in essence, it's also some sort of a participation mark. You don't have to get it correct. As long as you do your work, you're there. So in terms of participation, yes, for the bar course there is. But in terms of degree, for what I've went through, you don't have to answer. There's no participation at all.
Right.
What about yours?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna bring out. It's like, because maybe I'm in a small school, so like most of my professors here, they're like, okay, in the syllabus, out of 100%, there'll be 10% is your participation, which means even you attend the class, but you did not participate, you might not get that point.
How is your
Like-
tutorial sessions like conducted? Like mine is, as I said, small group sessions. That means, let's say this class is 80, so they have like what eight small group sessions. Means your group only has 10 people in that tutorial, so it's
Right.
small. What about yours? So so you have a chance to answer. So what about you?
Mine is a bit different because it's a small school. Like the student faculty ratio is from like 1 to 8 to 1 to 24. 24 is the biggest class. So imagine that. Maximum is about like 3% per group, and maybe come up with a presentation or some stuff. But because like it's small, until like sometime in the end of the semester we have a lot of like presentation slots. Many students tend to want to like do it yourself, because the smaller the group, I'm not sure is it good to say, but in my life in this school, I have a lot of free rider in terms of like when I'm grouping with them, they're like, oh, I'm gonna do stuff, but technically they're not doing anything, which kind of pissed me off. So anyhow, I do the whole shit, but that's not the main point. The main point is about group study we have, but it's more like experiment. If it's like theory based class, I don't think I ever have those. Like the maximum, I know I have one professor. It's kind of like ask us to create a PowerPoint, and we have to like present the PowerPoint to our professor in a certain topic, and from there he'll mark as like how well do we understand like the subject or the specific topic that he want us to do, and from there he'll grade for like maybe that whole thing will be around like 10% of your whole grade or 5%.
As a group, present as a group or individually?
Both individual and group also have. It depends like what subject it is. So,
Right.
for example, like if you are saying economy, maybe it's like an individual thing. for me, like in psychology, it also kind of depends like what are you looking at. If let's say you're looking into like anatomy, brain stuff or whatever, it's technically you are going to do it alone. But when it comes to like maybe um, a research or like something that want to do with rats or like real animals, and we're trying to like condition them. I'm not gonna go detail like what does conditioning mean, but when we want to condition them, technically like it's gonna be in a group project because you use a lot of energy. So like in simple terms, things that doesn't really use a lot of energy, it'll be like an individual project. If things that are good activities that are going to have like a lot that will consume a lot of energy will be a group project. If that makes
Basically,
sense.
the lesser the workload, individual.
Right. So like speaking about that, like I was trying to exaggerate as much as possible, to be honest. The reason why I want to do that is because that is my culture shock in America, which every single thing that I encounter, I mean, I wouldn't say like every single thing, but most of the thing that I encounter here is like all exaggerations. Like, I'm not sure if you feel that in okay, no?
I mean, we don't really have exaggerations, but we do. I mean, like, I have not experienced exaggerations, but I'm not sure about this. But I have experienced this in terms of assignments. So let's say we all do an individual assignment,
Right,
and let's say the due date is tomorrow,
right.
and let's say I've already submitted mine
Mhm.
before the due date. There'll be like majority of the students they request for extension, and it is often it's often like, yeah, you can get your extension for like 2 weeks. So
Eh,
let's say the work the original time frame was 4 weeks. Now they get
right.
additional 2 weeks, so it's about 6 weeks to complete one assignment. So I don't know, is it an exaggeration or
I
laziness
mean,
or
so exaggeration on my side is actually not on like the homework part. It's more on like communication. You see that?
no.
So no,
No.
so
For us, it's more
no
subtle.
exaggeration in the UK.
We're all
Subtle.
subtle,
Okay.
very subtle. It's just normal
Yeah.
conversations.
Yeah, because like right here is like okay. Imagine like you're wearing like something like so maybe you're wearing a tuxedo out. So like for us, what's our reaction? Oh, today like I look good. Like some sort like that, and we
Yeah.
are like okay, everything's over. Well, here it's gonna be like maybe sometimes people use like words like oh sensational. Oh my gosh, and look at you. What are you wearing? Like you see that?
No, no.
Oh,
I
okay,
mean, like,
it's
I've
okay.
never experienced anything like that before.
Uh huh.
Nothing much. I mean, like,
Nothing.
people just keep to themselves. They don't really
Yeah.
say anything because, like, the only thing you hear is like, "Good morning,
Good morning. All
hi."
right. Let's switch a little bit of a gear. And this is what bothers me a lot. Like, I want to know what do you think about food? Like, I think we can relate it in the same sense that from Malaysia, which we're like so diverse, we have like all the food in the world, and now we come to like what a Western country with I eat like almost omelette and salad, which
Wedges,
I like literally
chips.
I hate to eat those in Malaysia, but when I'm in the States, I'm like, why are those foods so tasty?
What do you call like wedges in the US?
They just like you mean gaji is it?
Wedges, WEDGS. Like, the
Wedges, what
potato
do you mean?
wedges, the potato wedges.
Oh, you mean French fries is it?
No.
What?
Okay, basically we call it chips here. We call it French
Chips.
fries,
Oh
chips.
yeah.
Oh, it's the same.
No. I know what you're saying. Like French fries, you guys call chips. Like we like in Malaysia, I think it's the same as UK. We say petrol here, say gas.
No,
Like
just I mean,
I mean,
just for fun. What do you guys call it?
oh, wages. I actually have no idea. Cause bro, I literally I don't eat junk food, lah, bro.
No, it's not
Like,
really junk food. Like, what is what I realized over here in the UK? Like,
huh?
majority of the carbs are wedges. So let's say I've got this burger.
Huh?
I'm eating out in a restaurant. Let's say this burger, and you have your patty there, your vegetable. It's very plain, very normal, with some cheese.
Right.
And they serve you with salad and potato wedges, chips.
Oh, we call it potato chips, I guess.
We could just
Yeah,
call it chips.
potato chips.
So
Yeah.
chips, I realized in the UK, they use potatoes as carbs, like in forms of chips. So basically, they eat potatoes more than anything.
Oh. But
Uh,
I think is that like the only sauce they could find in the UK, which is like carbs or rice.
uh, like I mean, like in terms of restaurants, I only
Right,
can
right.
I can't really give a very full judgment on it because I rarely eat out on proper restaurants. Like I've only been to like restaurants for like maybe like 2 to 3 times in my whole 1 year in the UK, Cardiff.
Yeah.
So like I've seen is mostly burgers, spaghetti, and so yeah.
Yeah.
And but then like in
Right.
terms of fast foods, I've been to many,
Many.
and
Yeah.
Popeyes is the
Mm.
best.
Oh, I really want to point this out. Like in the US, like so I've been to like California, Vegas, and like I'm in the West Coast, but I went to the East Coast. I mean I am in the East Coast, but I also went to the West Coast before. You know what shocks me the most? People in in the East Coast tend to not like hate McDonald's for some reason. Like believe it or not.
Sorry?
Like when you like people in the East Coast, like New England side. New England is around like Boston, New York, New Jersey, like those area. So like people don't eat like McDonald's, like literally from JFK the airport, like go anywhere you want around that area. Literally, you won't see like you see some McDonald's, but there'll be almost no one there. But vice versa in the west side, where anywhere in California you will see McDonald's.
Why is that?
What do you mean? What is that?
Oh,
McDonald's?
sorry. Why is that? Why is that?
I have no idea. Like I asked my friends around like in the New England area, they're like, ew, like McDonald's not that delicious. Like we have Chick-fil-A. Like Chick-fil-A is technically what they go for, like chicken. And if they want to eat beef, like beef burgers or like they call it cheeseburgers, they will go to Shake Shack if I'm not mistaken.
Shake Shack. Wait. Let me think. I think I have a Shake Shack here, but
Oh, it's actually delicious.
no, I don't. I prefer Popeyes. Have you tried Popeyes?
Popeyes, never heard that
It's
before.
it's from New Orleans though.
Bro, I'm not in New Orleans stuff.
I mean, like it should be big in the US because
I think people heard of it or people know about it, but I have no idea.
I tell you, Popeyes, the fries is so nice. It's like Cajun fries, is the best.
Delicious. Oh my god.
Basically, I every time I dine out, the first thing in mind is the Popeyes. That's it.
Right, right.
Because it's just so delicious. And in terms of calories, the burger I order is about 800 calories, and the fries, the Cajun fries, large fries, is 400 calories. And
Right.
with the Coke, unlimited refills of
Right.
Coke, unlimited. Let's say it's 200 calories per pint or something. So
serving,
if you do your own maths, 800 plus 400, 1.2k.
1.2.
Exclude the drink, 1.2k
Okay.
for £10, which is about 60 ringgit, obviously. Let's say if you work in the UK, £10.
It's actually kind of cheap.
And yeah, and there's a promotion where if you order there, you can get 3 free hot wings, which is 400 calories for free.
Hey, shit.
It's
Hey, that's a lot.
1,600 calories for £10. I'm sorry, £11.
Yeah.
If you do the
It's kind of solid.
if you convert it to the dollar, it would be
It would be around
uh,
17, 16?
sorry, hold on, $13, $13, about
Oh.
$14. Is it?
14. Yeah.
Is it?
It should be around there.
Is it
It's
expensive?
actually not. It's kind of not. If let's say you work in Malaysia and you buy the food using MYR, of course it's expensive. But if you work in like either in US or UK, like the food is actually not that bad. Like the
Yeah.
cost of living is not that. It's not that like the rule.
What is your favorite fast food there? Chick-fil-A?
Fast food. Oof. I'm not sure about this, but that. So I want to change to steakhouse actually.
Steakhouse?
So there's one thing in New Jersey. It's called Texas Steakhouse. Okay, so it's some sort like, if I'm not mistaken, it's like 12 ounce or 16 ounce. It's like $22.
Ounce is what is ounce?
It's another measurement. Like I should do that research before. Like,
let me-
years, like yeah.
Ounce to kg.
Ounce to kilogram, or maybe
How many ounce?
like try 12 ounce.
12 ounce is 0.3 kg.
So 300 grams. So
300
300 grams for like, let's say $20 after tips around like 28, 27 lah.
Bro, it's not worth.
300, but the meat quality is not bad. Way. Like,
It's not worth.
hey, I went there like normally I like to go there like once a month or like every other month. Cause it like once a while you need to treat yourself good food, but like for fast food, I'll be honest. I go to Panda Express.
Panda Express, what's that?
So it's like Chinese food, but it's like American style Chinese food and it's cheap AF, bro.
How much
like,
is it?
Okay, imagine. Okay, like $5.50. Don't convert to Malaysian ringgit. Like imagine you work in the US.
I'm just gonna convert to
$5.50.
pounds. Yeah, 550.
Oh, it's like about 3-4 pounds.
It's 4 pounds.
You can get like 4 pounds. You can get like a big bowl of fried rice. Plain
in
plain
terms
fried
of
rice with
Malaysia,
extra.
right, the Dai Chao, it's gigabyte.
Bro, I don't understand Cantonese, bro.
You know, like you go to Dai Chao, like those
Hawker center, yeah.
hawker center, they make like one 一个位 one serving of fried rice or whatever. How many?
About 650, right? No,
how many
650
portions? You
is-
get me? How many like, portions is that? Because like if you order like one
Oh,
portion,
I know what
they give
you're
you quite
saying.
big, right?
Yeah.
So like how's
Yeah,
the
so-
portion there?
So compared to Malaysia, it's about like 1.5 portion.
So it's bigger.
Yeah, it's bigger. Like it's bigger, you feel more full, but inside the ingredients there's like rice, there's some eggs, carrots, like beans, like
To be honest,
ordinary fried rice stuff.
if I had that in the UK, I would
Right.
just eat it every day because it's cheap. The thing
Oh.
is, your Chinese restaurant is cooked by what race? Chinese.
That's the thing. I have no idea. I never went in the like. How can we go to the kitchen?
Is it Chinese owned or American owned?
It's American owned Chinese lah.
So people there is Chinese, right?
They put it Chinese.
I mean, like the people who work there is Chinese, right?
I would say like the boss is usually Chinese, but like the workers.
Then
be like
let's assume it's Chinese as well. For us,
okay.
we don't have Chinatown. We don't have anything in Cardiff. So your Chinese
Oh.
shops are often cooked by the British people, the white people. And even
English,
if there
right?
is there's like one Malaysian restaurant here,
Uh-huh.
expensive.
Oh yeah.
And one China shop which they do fried rice. But the thing is, I'm paying £6, about £6 or £5 for
Right.
for like this one small bowl of serving. Like this
Wait, that's so small.
small bowl.
Yeah.
Like if your portion's like this, mine would be like
No lah, like
this.
mine is a bit like maybe a little bit bigger than yours.
This is like just like 1 cup of rice, like the one bowl of rice. That
Oh, you
used to
mean the
take.
small one? Is it?
Yeah, this is that.
Oh, that's not enough.
So like, I never eat Chinese food out of my apartment because I cook better.
Oh, obviously, like yeah. So this is the thing. Like living internationally, like cooking yourself is actually the cheapest option compared to like going out. And your food is like much more better. Like okay, like the fried rice that I order.
Yeah.
Like there's no soya sauce. Like there's no sauce around it. It's like plain rice with all like the basic ingredients.
Have you tried
You see
modifying it with soy sauce?
Hell no, like bro, like when you cook the fried rice with soya sauce while it's cooking and while not it's cooking, it's two different flavor.
I mean, if I
I'm
were
not gonna
you,
make it like salty.
if I were you, I would maybe try 2 ways. Maybe try to add soy sauce in the current food, or
Right.
I put it straight in a
Okay,
pan
again.
and I fry it again, but not too long, just to fix the
Now,
food.
think of that. The thing is, like, I mean, we all know each other's schedule, and it's like our schedule is like so packed up. So whenever we got food, I just like makan only, like literally. Because
Yeah, I've
when you
seen
look
the
at my
schedule.
schedule, yeah, like I need to work, I need to like swim, like my athletic stuff, I need to study, I need to like go to class. It's all packed. So whenever I got food, I'm like, you know what? I'll just take it. I'll just eat it and forget about it.
I would treat myself no matter what. I always take the time to cook and eat, and I'm happy to be living with my friends because every dinner at about 7:30, we'll cook
Right.
together and we'll have a big meal. And yeah, so I don't
Right.
really have to worry, and I always eat good stuff, unlike you.
I think food, like we talked a lot already lah. Like let's cover something else. Like what do you think about language?
Language. Okay, so my English
Yeah,
here is very very normal English because I'm living in Wales. So like
right.
all those like the things that you hear on like Instagram like what that does not happen here because that's like London,
Okay.
Birmingham or whatever. Welsh is more towards very very normal. It's just
Mm.
more British English, but they don't have
Right.
that thick accent there. It's
Yeah.
it's just like
It's just
normal
fine.
conversation. It's just very very normal. It's a a very normal English. It's easy to
Right.
hear.
So,
It's not
uh,
tough. It's like no. It's like yeah.
yeah. I get
What
it.
about yours?
So I mean, American is like standard. Like there's a little bit of American accent like different here and there, but like technically when we listen, we could tell like, oh, this is American or in English. Like it's very simple. Like American, they I don't think they even have an accent to me. Like everyone just listen to like feels the same. Or maybe because like we listen too many like American in media, which we
Movies.
think that movies, medias or whatever, and like those maybe standardize us and those are like ordinary like English. Right. So that's why I like what I heard people say it is that people from like students from America to England, they will have no idea what the hell like in the English are saying. Well, when if you come to America, like you will know what everyone's saying.
I mean, if you speak in that sense, like even if I myself were to go to um Ireland or
Uh-huh.
or Scotland, and if their accent is very thick,
Right.
I don't understand because have you heard like Irish people how they talk or Scottish?
Actually, no. Like,
I
give
can't
an
replicate
example.
it. I can't replicate it, but it's very
Uh-huh.
very thick. Uh,
Yeah.
if I mean I can't really play a clip right now, but whatever.
Yeah.
Basically, the as long as you go, the more north you go, the
Uh-huh.
more harder it is to actually understand what they're saying because the accent
Oh
is just
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
thick.
That'd be good.
So like the more
Yeah.
southern it
True.
is, the more normal it is.
Right.
So
Well, huh?
so I think majority of the Americans that you say maybe they went to London or Scotland or Ireland where like your accent's more thicker.
Uh-huh.
If it's Cardiff, it's fine.
It's fine. It's like normal English. Maybe it's
It's
just a
normal.
bit like the accent is
Because as
there.
I said,
Yeah.
Cardiff is a student city, so you have people from all of the countries. So it's
Right.
normal English. You have people from the Middle Eastern, people from China, people
Yeah.
from Japan, everywhere.
Understand.
It's international place. So yeah,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
It's fine. Like here is like English is English, bro. Like there's no differences. Like I'm speaking English, you're speaking English. But what about your accent? Would they understand your accent?
Okay, so when I speak Malaysian English to them,
Accent. Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean
yeah. That's
especially
the
I
whole
mean like
point.
to my white friends, they still okay. They still understand like uh how to say, let's say like I say can
And yeah.
can they still understand, dude. They still understand. It's very funny. Like so
Kinda.
like okay, the way that they construct their sentences is very like proper. And
Right.
then and when
We're
I
like broken English.
mine is like so broken, I'm surprised my friends still understand. So I was like, okay, good. Like
Yeah.
like us Malaysians, we don't speak proper English. We always
Yeah.
like compared to them.
We
That's
need
what
to
I realized.
shortcut it. Shortcut. Yeah.
Not really shortcut. It's the words that we choose to use.
True.
Like
Yeah.
the words they use and the words we use is
Mhm.
it's very very huge, and
Different.
it just basically the words that you use or they use can dictate whether you're speaking like their English or our English. It's
Right.
just like
Oh,
that.
that is actually true.
So
Like I have a very good example also. Like so because I have another guy, he's also a Malaysian in also my school and in the swim team. Like that's once like 2 years ago. Like we are talking like so some one thing I feel funny about us Malaysian is that when we speak to those white people and black people and Hispanic or whatever race you are,
yeah, whatever. Yeah,
so whatever lah. Okay, so when we speak to them, like my accent would like just change to like whatever how the hell they're speaking, and when I'm talking to a Malaysian, I could like immediately in 0.5 second or maybe faster, I could just change my accent immediately.
to be
Like
honest, that's not really like a problem because like we're trying to speak in a way that they could
understand,
comprehend and understand. Like we're not trying to fake
right?
an accent. We're just trying to maybe like slow down and be more clearer. So like
Yeah,
the current English I'm using now is also maybe not something that I will use every day because I
In
was
the
doing a
internet.
podcast, so I want to speak clearly and stuff like that. So my voice is projecting
Yeah, of
out.
course.
I don't want to be like talking like this, right? It sounds so different. So I got to slow down, talk clearly,
Yeah.
and, and and so that people understand. If I were to like talk like this very fast, like as a Malaysian, right, no one's gonna listen to me
Yeah.
because no one understand me.
That is true. Yeah. So what happened is like when me and my friend, like my teammate like, right now is saying when we are talking in the locker room, like people are like, "Yo, bro, yo guys, speak English," but we're actually speaking English, and we're like, "Yo guys, we're actually speaking English, bro." Like
It's just the words we
like
choose to use.
yeah. Like somehow like they don't understand, but we will understand them because like they are the majority of the media compared to us that they never ever like ever heard of us before. Even they heard of like Malaysia, maybe like it's about like oh maybe something
Because of
happened there,
Thailand.
or maybe there's a festival of Thailand, Singapore, of course, or Indonesia.
How do
Yeah.
you like tell your friends like where or introduce your friends like where Malaysia is?
So okay,
Below Thailand, above Singapore,
we,
beside
we,
Indonesia.
no. I'm like below Thailand, above Singapore, above Indonesia. Maybe in a
We're
part
not
of
above
our
Indonesia.
Malaysian is like below Brunei, something like that.
We're not
I
above
mean, it's
Indonesia,
hard
bro.
to tell. Yeah, you know what's the funny thing? That's the thing, I was like, yo, I'm from Malaysia. They're like, where is it? I'm like, do you know where Singapore? They're, oh yeah, I know Singapore. That small country. I'm like, just right above Singapore. They're like, oh, that's Malaysia, is it? I'm like, of course not. What do you think?
Is that Thailand?
What country do you think that is?
Is that
What?
Thailand?
Thailand.
Above Singapore is
No
Thailand,
lie.
right?
Oh yeah. Whoa, cut it off.
I mean, like,
Later
we're
we
still
get a ban.
we're connected to Thailand.
Yeah, we are.
But like,
That's
but speaking
yeah.
of that, like, okay, you know, like how this is also something that is a culture shock to me. This is
Mhm.
the education of the British people or the British
Yeah.
education system. They don't actually learn about like the colonial.
Oh really?
Yeah, they don't learn about that.
Even though they colonized like half of the country,
They
like
don't
the
learn about
world.
like okay, so let's say about the World War II and the Japanese they
Right.
conquered Malaysia. So like they don't learn
Yeah.
about how they actually had a Vietnam War in Malaysia against the Japanese and like how they lost or whatever. They nothing was taught
Right.
and like how James Brooke, who is a white person, is the king
Took
of
Sabah.
is it Sabah or Sarawak? I forgot. Sorry.
I have no idea.
It's one of the
That-
islands. It's
That's
one
like
of the
that's
islands.
like yeah, like 6 7 years ago.
I'm highly confident that it's Sarawak, and like they
Okay.
don't learn about all this. They do
Right.
know about the East India Company, but they don't really know what happened there. It's like okay, yeah,
Right.
I know we colonized this and that, but we don't really know what happened there. What they learn in the history is
Oh,
basically like their medieval ages, like the cool stuff.
yeah.
But yeah, this is what I found out. So like,
I
it's
mean,
kind of sad that they don't know where Malaysia is, especially like they know India, but they don't know where is Malaysia.
yeah, that is funny also. But talking about education, I feel like they are looking into the bigger picture while we're looking into like the minor details. I'll give you an example. Like you bring out like James Brooke, right? And we learn about okay, like we know James Brooke take over Sarawak, right? Then like who take over James Brooke? Charles Wynebrook. And then like who is Charles Wynebrook? It's actually not his son. It's like it's like there's a complicated story behind it, and we need to learn about that.
Not even just that. Like they do learn World War Two
Right.
because they participate in World War Two, and
Uh-huh.
and this Japanese invasion is also part of the war stories, which
Of
they
course.
also took part in, and they don't study it at all. This is the thing that I'm talking about.
Oh,
I'm not talking about like oh they colonized so they should know us, but like it's also part of the World War Two story.
yeah.
So you get it?
Yeah. I mean, like talking about this, I want to like criticize a bit of the US also lah. It's like those like a lot of Americans are like, oh, like you know what, this country is like this, that country is like that.
What do you
And
mean
when
by
you
this and
ask
that?
them, like, I think it's kind of sensitive to talk lah.
Just
but-
go say it.
Okay, so like for example, North Korea, they have like nuclear, they're gonna like bomb the world, some sort like that. Lah. Be like example. Okay, then like there's a lot of like social video in like TikTok or Instagram. They're like, yo, so you know about North Korea? And they're like, oh yeah. And when you ask them like, yo, where's North Korea? They have no idea like where the hell North Korea is.
They just
Right.
study based on TikTok, I guess.
TikTok, maybe Instagram, maybe I mean like in the US, I'm not sure about the UK, but like in the
Not
US,
sure about that as
the
well.
media, I mean the media in the US is like just very influential to the people. That's what I noticed. Like,
I mean,
what about your
I can't,
side?
I can't really say for the whole UK. I only can say for like Cardiff, but not also the whole of Cardiff because like Cardiff is not really like fully white. It's mostly like international students. So like
Yeah,
they do know like certain places,
right.
but if you like go like North Korea, everybody knows where's North Korea. It's just above for Korea. People
Oh,
know
I
where
wouldn't
it is.
say everyone know North Korea.
I mean, like I can't really say
Yeah,
everybody as well, but like majority
yeah.
would know.
Majority, yeah.
I mean, like they can't.
Where is it?
They don't know where is it in the map, but like we know where is it. It's,
Yeah.
it's been in
But
Russia.
I'm not. Let's say like Brazilian or Argentinian, like South African. Oh wait, is that
To be
no South
honest,
American? I'm sorry.
speaking of
Yeah, I mean
like
yeah.
speaking of uh like South America, I can't even point that in the map for you.
Oh really?
I can't
It's
even
just
point
like
that.
below Mexico. Like yeah. So that's not the thing. Like when you talk about that, I'm talking about you know how humid Malaysia is, and they're like, oh yeah. You look, you wait until you come to our country. I'll show you what is called humid. And I'm like,
Is
okay,
it
but
US?
no, Brazil, Argentina.
No, I've never experienced those places.
So I mean, yeah, their country is humid. It's also around the equator. Like that is true. But then, like the fact that we know them, that they do not know us, it's something that I think we Malaysia need to improve. Right? Like we know that about their country, maybe due to sports like football.
Oh, I
Right?
agree with that.
Like they have a lot of like famous people. Like
But if you say
and like
sports,
some,
we also have
yeah.
badminton. The thing is,
I mean,
no one other than Asians actually care about badminton.
badminton.
They care
Yeah,
about
because
rugby
like
and football or
yeah,
soccer for US
soccer for
people.
very good. Yeah.
Yeah?
So like I mean it sounds like um speaking of that, you know there's one like recent video that go viral in America.
What video?
I'm not sure it's in America. So it's like there's one dude. I think he's in athletic. I'm not sure which sport. I saw it on Instagram, and he's like, "Yo, like when you're in the NBA, if you win the NBA, why you're not a world champion?" And that person, he went to like some sort like the FIFA of athletic. Maybe that I couldn't find a better explanation than that, but something like that. And he's like, this is world champion. I won like people from different countries and whatever, and this is what and he won that, so he called himself a world champion. But in the NBA, you're just fighting against like people in the US. What world champion you are? So
I
like
do
in
agree.
the comment in the comment section, there's a lot of debate. You know, like a lot of healthy debate in a bad. I mean, to me it's a healthy debate, but like Americans like to like
I mean,
like oh like what are you saying this and that.
world
So the
champion,
debate is like this. I
world
mean
champion
the
is
debate is like
Olympic,
this.
isn't it?
Olympic or like if FIFA also world champion, right?
FIFA is bigger, but then like let's say world champion, or usually you associate either FIFA or like
Olympic.
Olympics. So if like as you say, NBA is more like an internal circuit.
Internal, yeah.
It's internal,
So
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 like
so so this is the thing. This is the thing. Let me finish for a second now.
yeah,
So this is the thing. Like a lot of people also debate it. There's like world class player from all around the world come to the US just to go for the NBA and get that trophy, that winning trophy. But then like when you associate NBA is just like National Basketball Association, so it's just in the US, right? So if you win the NBA, okay, like you can say like you're the champion of the NBA. You can't say that, oh, I am like the world champion.
maybe the greatest in the US.
I mean, they are greatest in the US, but then they also can say like because that athlete said like, oh, I compare with people all around the world, right? So like they also say, I mean, the people here said, oh, in the NBA, people all around the world also come to US and participate in the NBA and like try to be the NBA champion, and they call themselves world champion. Like to me, it's like the title says everything out to me. But what do you think? No,
I would just stand on the side that Olympic or like FIFA, something that really involves international, something that involves you representing your country or like country versus
yeah.
country. That's where you can decide, oh, this is the world champion. Or like even like okay, I mean like it's obvious that US is the best team in terms of basketball. Yeah, I'm not sure who won the previous Olympic. Let me check.
The previous.
Basketball.
So you do the work. I'll just sit back and relax.
Oh, it's Argentina. Wait, is it?
No,
Wait.
that's FIFA. I mean,
No,
yeah, that's the World Cup.
No,
Football.
the most recent basketball, the most recent,
Football.
the Tokyo ones. It's
Okay, UK.
US. It's basically
US.
so like yeah, okay, yes, US is the best team in terms of basketball. So if he
Right.
is playing in in the team, he can say he's one of the world greatest. But if he's not, then I don't
Right.
think he should say that.
True. Yeah, well, let's go back to food. Like, how do you adapt yourself in the UK
UK, I cook myself
for
every single
food?
day. I mean, as I
For
said,
food,
I only went out to eat restaurants for like 2 to 3 times in the whole
right,
bloody year. And like there are
right.
sometimes that I eat fast foods, but that's when I just finish a long run and I'm super hungry and I just go eat. Or I'm out to watch a cinema or watch a film
Mm.
and I just want to bring food in the cinema. And actually, we can bring food to the cinema.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we can. If we are encouraged to bring food into the cinema.
In the UK?
Yeah.
Oh,
So like that's when I go
that,
for fast food.
that is something I never know. Like, because in Malaysia, like cinema is something like, okay, we go cinema.
Yeah.
Like, for example, GSC, you're only allowed to take GSC food product to go in.
What about
Right.
US?
US. That's a good question. I've never been to cinema for more than a year plus, so I actually kind of forgot. Like, I don't I mean, as you see, my I have a very busy schedule and I have a lot
Yeah.
of stuff going on. So like technically, it's very hard for me to like have fun going out. And right now, I'm also applying to PhD programs. Like I'm doing my honors thesis also. So like a lot of things coming in lah.
To be honest, you should actually show like your schedule.
Oh my schedule. Oh
Your
no
schedule.
not now.
I mean, like
not
just saying, like you wouldn't feel the impact.
now. Yeah.
But when Hayden sent to me, I could actually feel the impact. Like it's more tighter than mine because his swim sessions are about 3 hours or 2 hours,
About 2 to 2.5, some sort like that.
two and a half.
Yeah.
I only run like
Yeah.
half an hour
Right.
to 50 minutes each session, like each like 4 times a day, and
Yeah.
4 times a week. And the fifth, there'll be one session that is about maybe 2 hours. So like basically, I still work out lesser than him. So like it's crazy. And
So it
he
is what
swims
it
twice
is.
a day.
Yeah.
Twice a day.
Twice a day. It's not every day, but still. And like the only day I have a break is like on Sunday, which I cram most of my work during that day lah. Like
So like
technically, I have to do that.
It's understandable
So-
that you don't have the time to cook, and that's why you
Yeah.
cannot. I have
But
the
in
time.
the same time, no, I mean in the same time, like in my school, we have a meal plan. So that meal plan is a thing that you have unlimited food in one. So we have two biggest dining area. One of the dining area is like you have to pay points or like one day you can go there for like
Oh,
two
no.
swipes.
I'm a fan.
So, yeah, it's okay. So you can have like two swipes, and one of the dining plan depend on your meal plan. I got unlimited meal plan. So for the buffet type style, I can go in like how many times I want lah. So technically, mostly I go in and then sorry
How much do you pay?
for one whole semester about 2K plus or 3K.
2K
I think
dollars.
3K flat. Dollars.
Dollars.
But I got financial aid and scholarship, so that's a different story.
Wait, $2,000 per
Let's say
semester
3,000 now. Let's say
or the whole year?
Per semester.
How much? How long is your semester? Like how many months?
Like 3 months. 3 months.
3 months for 2,000.
3,000. Yeah,
It's not
it's kind of
worth.
high, but it's not worth it. But I have financial aid. I have like scholarship in. So like technically, my cost is not as high as that lah. Like actually, I cut a lot of costs from that. So I'm like, okay, fuck it.
Like
I'm just gonna get it. I'm not gonna say how much I get lah.
because like just from my living costs, let's just say I don't eat out. I just cook myself. I do my own groceries. Let's just say I didn't use HelloFresh. Okay, you know what? Just include me using HelloFresh. Per month, it's only about £200 or £250 at most, which is in
Yeah.
dollars. Pounds, $2.
About 300 plus.
Let's say it's $250. It's about $300 a month.
$300, yeah.
So let's
But-
say your semester. How semester's 3 months, right?
3 months, 3 to 4 months ish.
3 to 4. Let's say 4.
But don't forget, like I eat a lot. Like I like if that's it, I only eat a little bit. That's a different story. But I eat like a bunch of food just for the
I
fact
eat a
that
lot as well. I eat a lot
Really?
of rice. Yeah,
right,
dude. You wanna know how many calories I burn like just by running?
no, bro, your physical is different as mine. I'm like the natural fat type, and you're like the natural skinny type. Like we're the opposite.
Yeah.
So automatically, yeah, like your metabolism is like way higher than me. So like
I get hungry
even
all
we
the
eat
time.
the same food. That's the thing. I'm so jealous of that. But it's okay. Like the main message is like yes, I pay like that much of money, but I can eat like meat every single day. A lot of meat.
I mean, I don't.
You see that?
I eat about 300 grams of meat a day.
I eat way more than that. Like,
'Cause, like-
definitely.
Because I know cooking. So yeah,
Yeah.
and like I don't cook. I don't really prepare my meals for like the whole week. So I just cook for like one session. So yeah,
Right.
and cooking meat is a bit smelly because the oil and everything. Then I have to do laundry again. So I only cook one time a day, and the rest is just from then I get my protein from
Protein.
these. It's
No,
not
bro,
protein powder.
since when you drink protein? I
It's
have
not a
no
protein
idea
powder.
you
It's
did
a
that.
recovery drink.
Recovery. So
Okay, so
is it powder inside?
It's powder. It's like protein powder. I'm not sponsored by High Five. This is my own money. Like,
Oh yeah.
okay, imagine drinking 100 plus, but in the form of whey protein, but in the consistency of like mineral water. So you're getting like
All the minerals.
have you taken hydration tablets before?
Oh yeah, of course.
So like imagine
Zero.
I'm not sponsored. I take hydration tablets every morning. So let's say
Yeah.
this powder has hydration tablet stuff inside
Uh-huh.
and protein powder for you to recover after your workout. So like for running, high impact sport to the legs. So we drink this
Yeah.
to recover everything, replenish all of the lost fluids and some muscles.
Yeah, of course.
So like that's where I get my 20
Yes,
grams
yeah.
of protein from. And sometimes I go to Lidl and buy the 20 grams of protein yogurt. So it's about
Yogurt.
40.
Oh, I love
40.
it.
No, it's
Yeah, but-
yogurt specifically for protein.
So it's
High
like
protein yogurt.
Let's say I take a body like yogurt and then I put like protein powder on top.
No,
Something like that. Is
it's
it?
high protein yogurt.
High protein yogurt.
It's 20 grams in the yogurt.
I heard of zero sugar yogurt, but I never heard of high protein yogurt.
This is specifically high protein, like 20 grams of protein there, just there.
Right.
And
Right.
okay, so so like in terms of not meat, I'll take 40 grams of protein every day. Let's just say without the meat.
Ooh,
It's quite a lot.
damn. Yes, it's actually not a bad deal.
So-
but like when you look into like I'm not sure, but I know that a lot of people also say the best thing is natural food. Like try not to eat like all those artificial stuff, right? So like,
mean, like, we don't have
I'm
time to cook.
I don't have time to go. I'm a strong believer at that. That's why like my meal plan is a good thing for me to like I go into my like buffet style thingy. Everything's already right there. I just take whatever I want and just bring it out and makan lah. Like you know
That's
there's something.
great.
Yeah, and like there's one thing in the US. It's called Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday, yeah. I mean,
Tuesday,
we have it in terms of Wings Wednesday.
Wings like, oh wait, no way. Hey, I'm so jealous now, like fucking envy. But yeah, so like Taco Tuesday, since it's like a buffet style, like what I usually do, I'll take a bowl of salad, and like normally I'll put like chipotle mayo sauce. I'm not sure if you have that. No,
We don't have it.
Chipotle mayo is like mayonnaise, but there's a bit like spicy thing, but it's not spicy.
I think it's
How to say-
sriracha and mayo. Is it? Sriracha sauce
Sounds
and
like
mayonnaise.
that. Sounds like that. Yeah, I think
Is
that's
it
a good
some sort of
explanation.
orange texture? White. But
Yeah, it is.
Then I think it's mayo sriracha.
Yeah, so I'll take that chipotle. Normally I'll have that like with chipotle mayo, and then add some like maybe fried. We call it a chicken sandwich, but I'm just gonna take the chicken. I'm not gonna take the sandwich out. So I'm just gonna eat that together. But if let's say Taco Tuesday, I have like beef right there, So normally I'll just take like one bowl of salad, which contains of greens, of course. Then it contains of onions. I love to eat onions, like olive. Like sounds high class, but it's actually nothing lah. And then like what else? Like
Eating
some
buffet
eggs,
anyways.
and then it's buffet anyways. And then I just take the whole bunch of salad, and I'll go to the taco stand, and I'll just like grab a bunch of like meat and throw it in and just eat only. Like it's actually kind of delicious, Like when I'm back in Malaysia, I'm like kind of resist to that. Like I don't used to like to eat to like. I just don't like to eat like vegetable back home, but when I come here, I feel like vegetable is the best food compared to other stuff. You see
Speaking of
that?
I mean, like coming
Because
to
it's
UK.
just
I mean, like,
pure.
I'm also I'm some days I'm vegetarian because like I don't know, like you some days
Right.
are vegetarian as well, right? Not
Yeah,
sometimes
of course.
maybe vegan or it's not
Vegan.
by choice. It's like just by random.
Yeah, just like just that day, you just feel like being vegetarian just feel nice, just some when a kick is in, you're just like, oh, I just want to do this, you know?
For fun. It's,
What?
you just like do it for like no reason. You just do it.
Oh, he said, yeah. Yeah, I think we should cut here, cut here.
Yeah.
It's kind of late, I believe.
Yep. It's about
Yeah.
5:30 a.m. for me,
5:30 a.m. in the US, in the UK, and it's like 12:30 in the US.
then it should be
So,
about
it's
about
12:30 p.m. 12:30 p.m. in Malaysia.
12:34 p.m. in Malaysia. Yep.
In
So
Malaysia.
we'll end it here and goodbye.
Yeah, bye bye.
Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Oi.